Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Friday, May 9th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. The greenback strengthened broadly against major currencies today. The US dollar gained 0.0062 against the euro, rising 1.70 points versus the yen, with both pairs breaking upward after several days of flat trading. Looking at weekly performance, the dollar gained 0.91% against the Swiss franc, while showing slight weakness against sterling. Year-to-date, the greenback remains lower against all major pairs, notably down 8% versus the euro. The greenback marked its third consecutive rise against the Canadian dollar. Meanwhile, it strengthened significantly versus the Kiwi, up 1% after breaking out of a three-day consolidation pattern. Weekly returns show broad dollar strength, with notable gains of 1.05% against the New Zealand dollar and 0.98% versus the Indian rupee. Year-to-date, the greenback remains under pressure, particularly against Asian currencies.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Poland leads today's gains, closing up 3.1% to reach a new all-time high, marking its third consecutive up day. New Zealand and Philippines both show strong upward momentum, rising 2.1% and 1.6% respectively. Return metrics reveal Poland has surged nearly 48% year-to-date, with impressive month-to-date gains of 4.7%. New Zealand shows strong month-to-date performance at 6%, while Philippines has posted a solid 10.3% return since the year began. Among today's decliners, Israel fell 0.44%, though maintaining a very strong positive trend. China dipped 0.37% amid 4 days of sideways movement. Indonesia logged its third consecutive down day, slipping 0.22%. Despite today's decline, Israel maintains positive returns across all timeframes, up 5.3% month-to-date. China shows resilience with a 13.6% year-to-date gain, while Indonesia has struggled, down 5.8% since the year began.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures closed at 3,332.20, rising 26.20, showing a very strong positive trend. Silver futures moved sideways for 4 days before closing at 32.89, up 0.27. Copper futures experienced strong downward volatility, closing at 4.65. Looking at weekly returns, palladium futures leads metals with a 2.4% gain, closing up 4 consecutive days. Gold futures follows with a 2.1% weekly return. Year-to-date, aluminum futures shows weakness with a minus 7.6% return. In energy futures, natural gas surged 5.4% to 3.79, marking a significant upward breakout after 4 flat days. Crude oil and Brent crude both rose about 1.6%, though maintaining very strong negative trends. Weekly performance shows crude oil leading with a 9.1% gain, followed by Brent crude at 8.1%. Natural gas demonstrates strength with a 13.8% month-to-date return, showing the strongest momentum in the energy sector. Live cattle and feeder cattle both achieved consecutive all-time closing highs, rising 2.2% and 0.95% respectively. Lean hogs showed strong downward volatility despite maintaining its very strong positive trend. Month-to-date returns show live cattle leading with a 5.2% gain, feeder cattle has achieved impressive year-to-date returns of 14.2%. Lean hogs maintain strong performance with a 20.1% year-to-date gain. In grains, wheat futures and rough rice both hit new all-time lows, dropping 1.3% and 1% respectively. Soybean futures broke upward from 3 days of consolidation, showing a strong positive trend. Weekly performance shows weakness across grains, with corn down 3.6% and wheat falling 4.5%. Rough rice continues its decline with a 4.3% month-to-date loss. Soybeans remain resilient with positive returns across all time frames. Soft commodities showed mixed performance today. Orange juice led declines, falling 5.9% with a strong downward trend. Sugar gained 1.8%, while cocoa advanced 1.4%. Coffee futures maintained a strong positive trend, while showing sideways movement over the past 4 days. Looking at returns, orange juice has experienced significant weakness, down 53% year-to-date and 14% this month. Coffee shows relative strength, with a 21% gain year-to-date, while cocoa and sugar have posted modest weekly gains despite negative year-to-date performance.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew. Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, cryptocurrency and commodities. Thanks for watching.